Here we are. We are here.
We back.
We back. All right.
Brian fucking Kemp. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm looking at politics.
What the fuck? Is that allowed?
Politics.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
What the fuck? Alright, hit me up.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Oh shit, that's a really hard question. Well, here's the thing. I hate old people. I hate old people. Just as much as I hate kids. So, A, I'll never live to be 90 probably. B, I would probably want the mind of a 30-year-old. Because one of my biggest fears, I think, is A, being alone, and B, forgetting. I think that's actually probably my biggest fear. So I'll get old, I don't care. But the idea of forgetting is terrifying.
Yeah. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? For context, Logan's is neglect.
All right, Logan, go off, sister.
I'll
No, I
flex,
don't
but
think I don't think I have a secret hunch of how I'm going to die. But I really hate driving, so I feel like it would fucking suck if I died like in a car.
Yeah.
That would suck. Maybe that's why I hate driving so much. Or maybe in a past life I died in a car and that's why I hate it. I don't believe in reincarnation.
It's nice.
Maybe.
Gotta leave that out there. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
We did that.
Do it again.
With you?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like we're both like not necessarily because I'm not really a mom, but I feel like we're both very responsible. Or I can be when I try to be. So I feel like we're both really responsible. We're both.
Hi, Rob.
We both wear boots a lot. I feel like that's something we have in common. We wear boots like every fucking day.
Wore boots today.
And the third thing, me too.
You're wearing them now?
Yeah, they hurt a little bit. I don't know why I didn't take them off. I think the third thing we have in common is... We eat a lot of pasta.
Yeah, we do.
Not always by choice, but because there's nothing else.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
We did this one already. I can't remember what he said. The ability to play a musical instrument.
That's what it was, yeah. Because
I
then
want
you'd
to
be famous.
In a
famous
girl,
band.
No, I don't want to be necessarily super famous, but I want to be like in an indie, like one of those indie girl bands, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where the girl's like monotone as fuck when she sings, but people still dig it. I could do that. If only I could play guitar.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
What concert am I going to next? Genuinely, a good question.
What is your most terrible memory?
My most terrible memory. Well, my parents got divorced when I was in middle school. So sometimes I think my most terrible memory is maybe the one time that I've ever seen my dad cry, which was when we were in our kitchen. I don't know where my mom was, but I was in the kitchen. My dad hadn't been living with us for a while, and we were in the kitchen. And it was me, him, and my 2 brothers. And I remember him like kneeling on the floor and like talking to us and like holding like his one hand on my shoulder and like his other one on my brother's shoulder and just like explaining basically like that they were getting a divorce and like all this other stuff and that it wasn't our fault and like all that like and he cried. So that's the only time I've ever seen him cry. So that's pretty
not good.
Not cool.
What roles do love and affection play in your life?
The biggest roles. I'm not a physically affectionate person most of the time, unless it's like Rachel, because she just made me that way. But like verbal affection. is really important to me. And also, I give a lot of verbal affection because I'm consistently telling people that I love them.
That's
so
true.
it's very important to me.
Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items.
Wait, so I'm saying 5 positive things about you?
Yeah, and then I do the same for you.
Jesus. Okay, all in a row?
We can switch back and forth if you want.
Okay, so I think my first one, let's switch back and forth. I think my first one for you is that you're really good at giving advice. Like, perhaps one of the best people I've ever met when it comes to giving advice. And, like, even if you haven't had experience with certain things, you still find a way to, you know, help the person that needs it. So that's what I think.
I love how, like...
Something on my head, my body.
I love how, like, giving you are, just kind of in general.
You're gonna embarrass me. That's my other thing. I'm really bad at taking compliments, in case anyone was wondering. I'm very bad at it.
I just think, like, you're really same. I think, like, you're just really giving, and you're always like, I can help, or, like, I can do this. I'm like, this is why you make such a good CA. You're just, like, giving.
I think my next one for you, number 2, is that I kind of already talked about it, but you're really responsible, and I respect that, because in college, people come to college and, like, they come straight from high school and they're not responsible then, and then they come here and they're even more irresponsible. So just having another person, not that everybody else is irresponsible, but having another person that also understands the importance of, like, sometimes you gotta be responsible.
Yeah.
I dig it and I appreciate it. But, like, you can still have fun.
Yeah.
But also, you're responsible. And I feel like a lot of time that's why people are always like, oh, you're the mom friend, you're the dad friend, at both of us. Yeah. But I'm like, I'd rather be the mom friend than be dumb and irresponsible.
Yes. So I have another one. I have like a couple more. But this one I just had to put out there. Your style is just awesome and you're just cute as heck.
Thanks,
like,
I'm sweaty right now.
You went to a concert. But, like, you consistently put together some of, like, if an outfit could be a bop or, like, a whole mood, that's your mood.
A whole goth kindergarten librarian mood.
Yes. It's just it. Like, it's just great.
My other one for you is that you're very trusting. Like... Or, like, I feel like you're trustworthy. Like, I can trust you. Like, I can tell you something. I have told you things, and, like, you don't tell other people. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I like that.
There's, like, so many.
You're cool.
You're rad. What are words? I had one and then I was like, she's got great style, and that's important. And a really good one too.
That's okay. I had another really good one for you, and now I can't remember what it is, but I'm like, fuck.
Same. I like how, this is what it was. I like how dedicated to, like, your studies you are. You're like, as much as we clown you for, you know, wanting to go to bed early like an old man, you're still like, listen, I got all my work done today, or like, I did this, and like, I gotta go study, or I gotta go do this, or I gotta go lock myself in the press room for 4 hours and do nothing but work, except for, you know, take little intermittent videos to watch, like, you know, watch little videos or something. But like, I like how dedicated you are to, like, your schoolwork, and like, you realize that you're here for a reason, and it's not to do dumb, irresponsible things.
Yeah.
And I love that about you.
My next one for you is that I can, like, you're just really good at having conversations. Like, I can have, like, every time I have a conversation with you, I'm like, that was a good one. Because, you know, sometimes I talk to people and I'm like,
that made no sense.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, why did we do this? But anytime I talk to you, like, I always feel like I leave it, and not necessarily feel, like, fulfilled, but I'm like, that was good.
Yeah.
Like, not to sound awful, but sometimes you talk to people and you're like, that was a waste of my time.
You're not wrong.
And, like, I don't feel that way with you. Like, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah.
I love that you're, like, unashamed in how, like, nerdy you are about stuff. And I love that about you because I like that about myself. And it's taken me a long time to like get to that place for myself.
Yeah.
But like, I love that you're just like, I like this and I don't care if no one cares.
Truly. I'll talk forever about anything that I love. And people are always like, I don't care. And I'm like,
I do.
but I do. I'm like, sorry, everyone. But here we go.
I love you. How many was that? Was it 4?
That was 4. I'm on my last one. I think my last one, the last thing I really appreciate you. You're right. There's like so many things that I could say. Because I'm like, not only are you good at giving advice, but you're also good at listening and all this other stuff. But I think my last thing is you're just really good at encouraging your friends. Like, there's really nothing more I can say about that besides like, you consistently encourage us to be better. Or like, if one of my outfits looks good, you're like, oh my god, your outfit looks good. And like, just like tiny stuff that like, you know, like makes people's day. Like, you might not realize it, but like tiny things when you're like, oh my god, your outfit looks cute. I'm like, I can do anything now. I'm like, I'm unstoppable.
You are Elle Woods.
Yes.
Again, there's so many awesome things about you. You're just rad. I want to say I love that, like, just to end it on like a really light note, I think you're just like, you're like bubbly and funny, and I love your humor. I love that we can run around being stupid or like say dumb things that have no meaning to anyone else.
Cheers, I'll drink
to
to
that,
brother.
Or that's what goddamn some bitch of an unsavory situation.
Yeah.
Or this, or just like
Danny is at home right now, Mrs. Torrance.
Red Rum. Like, I just love that in the middle of like a serious conversation or something
SOS.
Stupid, we can SOS.
We can
Or
SOS.
like, cheers, I'll drink to that, brother. Like you're just the comedic relief I didn't know I needed in my life, but also that I relate to so much, and I love that. Like, you're a constant source. And also, you show me memes. You send me dumb
Your
memes
girl loves
about...
a good meme. A good meme about jorts.
I want to talk in the morning.
It's really funny because we were talking about jorts. What did I call them? My pajama...
Your pajama joy.
Jorts.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
That was 2 days ago. My jarts.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know.
What, you or like a relationship?
I like
Because
that
we're
one.
already close friends.
For Miranda, how did you meet? Because, like, technically in this situation, I'm your partner.
Well, I can't think of anything because we're already close friends. But like, if this was like a romantic partner or something, I would again reiterate the fact that I'm not a physically affectionate person. I'm just not used to that.
Yeah.
Like, I love my family, but we're not touchy people, so I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily always comfortable with
Like, physical.
the grabbies, the hands, and the, like, even, like, sometimes, like, just putting a hand on my shoulder, I'm just like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, that, like, I'm not
With it.
with it. If I'm really comfortable with you, I am. But even sometimes, like I'm super comfortable with you guys, but it'd be weird if you guys did the same things that, like, Rachel does, where, like, if I'm laying on the sofa, she'll lay on top of me. Like, if anybody else did that, I'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like,
what
who are you?
Uh,
The hiccups. I love salsa. I'm hiccuping and it's tasting like salsa. So, I did eat salsa right before this.
nice. I don't like the other ones. I'm just kind
Black
of
bean
like.
and corn. That's okay. I'll go to bed.
That's, yeah.
It's past my bedtime, Lori Jaquila. They kept me up to help past my bedtime.
It's alright. Thank you for your time,
Bye.
young Padawan.
I gotta go throw these tissues up.